Welcome back to The Legal Brief, the show where we crush the various legal myths and misinformation surrounding various areas of the gun world. I'm your host, Adam Kraut, and today we're talking about the NFA firearm that nobody really understands, also known as any other weapons or AOWs. Adam got a haircut!
RE Factor Tactical now offers some of the most useful targets around. Whether it's the IQ, the kill zone, or the essentials target, you won't be short on drills to run at the range. To get 10% off your entire order, click the RE Factor link in the description and use the code TGC10.
AOWs are the bastard child of NFA firearms. Unlike every other NFA firearm for which you're paying a $200 tax to transfer, you are only paying a $5 tax to transfer an AOW. However, if you wish to make one, you will still be paying the $200 making tax. While in some instances AOWs are easy to identify, other times they can be rather confusing. Let's begin by looking at the definition as a whole, and then we'll break it down into segments. Get ready, this is going to be a little more complex than some of the topics we usually talk about. An AOW is defined as any weapon or device capable of being concealed on the person from which a shot can be discharged through the energy of an explosive, a pistol or revolver having a barrel with a smooth bore designed or redesigned to fire a fixed shotgun shell, weapons with combination shotgun and rifle barrels 12 inches or more,
Oh God!
less than 18 inches in length,
Oh God!
from which only a single discharge can be made from either barrel without manual reloading, and shall include any such weapon which may readily be restored to fire. Such terms shall not include a pistol or revolver having a rifled bore or rifled bores, or weapons designed, made, or intended to be fired from the shoulder and not capable of firing fixed ammunition. That's a lot, right? Okay, don't worry, we're gonna break it down and make it real simple to follow along. Let's take a look at this piece by piece in an attempt to clear up the confusion. The definition begins with any weapon or device capable of being concealed on the person from which a shot can be discharged through the energy of an explosive. These would include your gadget guns such as a pen gun, knife gun, umbrella gun, cane gun, belt buckle gun, and so on and so forth. If you want to see a wall with a bunch of cool AOWs, be sure to check out the International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C. It's worth the price of admission, and there's a whole section dedicated to everyone's favorite spy, James Bond. The definition goes on to say that a pistol or revolver having a barrel with a smooth bore designed or redesigned to fire a fixed shotgun shell is also an AOW. An example of this is the H&R Handy gun, which was produced from about 1921 until 1934. The Handy gun was available in 410 or 28 gauge with an 8-inch or 12¼ inch barrel, thus putting it into the definition of a pistol. And since it was originally built in that configuration rather than being remade from a shotgun, it is not a weapon made from a shotgun, nor is it a shotgun. As a result, it is an AOW because it was a smooth bore pistol and was designed to fire a fixed shotgun shell. The Ithaca Auto and Burglar gun is another example of this type of AOW. But Adam, what about the Taurus Judge and Smith & Wesson Governor? They both fire shotgun shells and are revolvers. This is true, but the barrels on those guns are rifled, thus removing it from the purview of an AOW and also making them a less effective shotgun. Moving along to the last part of the definition, we can see that weapons with combination shotgun and rifle barrels, which are between 12 and 18 inches, from which only a single discharge can be made from either barrel without manual reloading, are also AOWs. The most commonly associated gun with this definition is the Marbles Game Getter, a gun which had a rifle barrel over a shotgun barrel that was typically between 12 and 18 inches. As the firearm fired both shotgun and rifle ammunition and could only shoot one round without manual reloading, it fit into this definition. There were some versions which had an 18-inch barrel and shoulder stock. These were not AOWs because the barrels were 18 inches in length and the overall length was more than 26 inches. However, if the stock was removed, you then had an NFA firearm because you had a weapon less than 26 inches in length made from a shotgun/rifle. Some of you may know better than me on this, but I believe that would then make the gun an AOW. Think I'm wrong? Let me know down in the comments below. By way of example, for a current gun on the market, the Savage Model 42 Takedown, which has a 22 rimfire barrel on top of a 410 gauge shotgun barrel, is not an AOW because the barrel length is greater than 18 inches and the overall length is greater than 26 inches. Lastly, the definition states that AOWs shall not include a pistol or revolver having a rifled bore or bores, or weapons designed, made, or intended to be fired from the shoulder and not capable of firing fixed ammunition. With all that said, I can understand that this is a little bit confusing. Let's have some fun and do a little quiz to see if you guys are learning. I'm going to toss up some images on the screen and we'll see if you can determine whether it's an AOW or not. And if you need to, feel free to pause the video. This is a wallet holster gun. Is it an AOW or is it not? ATF has determined that this is an AOW when it is in the wallet holster because it disguises the handgun and is able to be fired from concealment. The wallet holster by itself is not an AOW. This is a Springfield M6 Scout, and it happens to be one of the ones they made with a 14-inch barrel. What do you think? AOW or not? This is an AOW because it's a weapon made from combination shotgun and rifle barrels between 12 and 18 inches and can only shoot one round from either barrel without manual reloading. This is a Shockwave Technologies Raptor grip on a pistol grip only firearm. It has a 26.5 inch overall length and a barrel length of 14 inches. Is this an AOW? For this one, you need to know a little bit more information, such as did it start life as a shotgun or not? In this instance, since it was a pistol grip only firearm, as a shotgun requires that it either be designed or redesigned, made or remade, and intended to be fired from the shoulder, without having a buttstock attached, it doesn't meet the criteria of being a shotgun. Since it's not a shotgun, the barrel length is inconsequential as it can't be classified as a short barrel shotgun in its current configuration. Because it is longer than 26 inches in overall length, ATF typically does not consider it to be concealable on a person. I've included a determination letter to this effect in the description. That said, I'd like to note that ATF did say that because the law does not specify a maximum overall length, a firearm measuring greater than 26 inches may still be classified as an AOW if it otherwise satisfies the definition and there was evidence the firearm was actually concealed on a person. This time we have two guns, a Glock which has a vertical foregrip attached and an AR-15 pistol which also has a vertical foregrip attached. Neither of them are machine guns. What do you think? AOWs or not? ATF has stated that adding a vertical grip to a pistol turns it into an AOW because it no longer meets the definition of a pistol. Specifically, since a pistol is designed to be fired when held in one hand, the addition of the vertical foregrip changes its classification. I've included an open letter from ATF regarding this subject in the description. Hopefully that gives you some idea as to what an AOW is. I know it's a confusing topic, so we will most likely do another episode to dig deeper if you guys want to see that. If you guys like this episode, you know what to do. Hit that like button and share it around with your friends. Have a question you want answered on the show? Head on over to the legal brief section on theguncollective.com. Be sure to check out my website, adamkraut.com, for more information on my quest to serve you on the NRA Board of Directors. Don't forget to like The Gun Collective on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Full30, Snapchat, and wherever else you can catch us on social media. And as always, thanks for watching.
The shirts worn in today's episode of The Legal Brief have been provided by Patriot Patch. Click the link in the description to learn more.